Local vendors came together to show the South Phoenix community the trinkets they could buy in their own backyard. I talked to Mendoza shortly after her meeting with President Trump this afternoon. She told me the meeting went very well. San Luis Middle School is located just a few miles north of the border with Mexico. Matt has directed the Sounds of the Southwest Choir for the past 6 years. He has taken his choir to many places all around the world, which has let them hear. I spoke to a group of protesters outside the White House this morning. And while they were there to rally their support for DACA protections, local Latino veterans came together to give the South Phoenix community a piece of the battlefield. I'm here right outside the White House where protesters in favor of the DACA program were trying to get their message across to President Trump. The National History Day contest encourages more than 500,000 students to conduct their own historical research. After the tragic shooting this morning in Alexandria, feelings here at the Capitol were quite intense. Mrs. Alvarez is one of 4 teachers receiving this award. Many businesses along Central Avenue are hopeful for the economic growth that the light rail expansion could potentially bring to South Phoenix. Reporting from the Capitol, reporting in Washington, live in downtown, in the Broadcast Center, in the Media Center, Alex Valdez, Cronkite News.
Cronkite News reporter Alex Valdez was there and shows how they did it.
A neighborhood located just north of 35th Avenue in Buckeye has seen its fair share of garbage, overgrown shrubs, and dirt. These are the reasons why this neglected and forgotten part of Phoenix was chosen by Chicanos por la Casa for their 9th annual Barrios Bellos, an event steered towards transforming communities. Weed whackers, rakes, and trash bags weren't the only tools needed to help restore this barrio. An army of volunteers was also on hand providing the elbow grease and the passion to get Cuban Park neighborhood cleaned up.
You have the wealthy Latinos, people that are well off, and then you have the very poor Latinos. And right here is one of those neighborhoods.
Every year, Chicanos por la Casa picks a neighborhood in need of a makeover, often found in Hispanic communities. But don't be fooled. Those who live and work in this area see the beauty that lies underneath all that dirt.
Community support is a huge passion of mine. It's embedded within me. So I do love to give back.
Over 300 volunteers came and rolled up their sleeves at the 9th annual Barrios Bellos cleanup event to help beautify a part of Phoenix that Chicanos por la Casa says is often overlooked.
What really hits home is where we live in. You know, a lot of our team members do live in this community, within the community, so definitely a great opportunity to, when you do live in this community, to give back.
Chicanos por la Casa says when community members come together to help their own, it creates a domino effect.
We clean up the general areas, meaning the alleys, the streets. It encourages the people there to clean up their individual home.
Neighbors helping neighbors, no matter where they come from.
We want to connect with everyone, whether you're Latino, Caucasian, African American. It's definitely a great time to really have an opportunity to help out the people that live in this neighborhood.
This is the 9th year the cleanup event is held by Chicanos por la Casa, and the organization says they hope it can serve as a first step to rebuilding certain parts of our community. In the Broadcast Center, Alex Valdez, Cronkite News. Since the Las Vegas shooting, there have been 4 more mass shooting incidents where 4 or more people are shot. According to the data from Gun Violence Archives, for millennials who grew up in the era of mass shootings, those we talked to say events of violence are just the new normal.
To continually be bombarded with aggressive stories, events, violence, I think it is very easy to not be vigilant with those, not take notice. You become desensitized.
Dr. Jennifer Gatt, a child psychologist, says the desensitization can start during childhood by being exposed to certain events. I talked to several students who say they see those symptoms in themselves.
Have all these things that happen during our lifetime that it's just kind of, that's the world we live in. And, to expect something, is it surprising? No, it's the world we live in.
Millennials say mass shootings like the one that happened in Las Vegas are tragic, but these violent events are expected more now than they ever were. When it comes to mass shootings here in the United States, many millennials here at ASU share today that they see these events as just normal occurrences in their lifetime.
It's sort of become like a regular thing, like we've become used to it. and it's sad to say how it is normalized to other people, and just like it's a awful thing that happened to everybody, but how it affects different people is sad.
I'm not happy that it's being normalized. I wish we could reverse that trend.
The way to reverse the trend starts early in life.
You have access to violent video games and movies and music and social media. I think the desensitization is, certainly could happen at a younger age.
Dr. Gatz says for anyone struggling emotionally after tragedy, she suggests that people self-monitor why they're feeling a certain way, then take action by seeking help from a doctor. In the broadcast center, Alex Valdez.